What's going on, everybody? I'm Mark Bradley, and today we are live outside of the Staples Center today as we get ready for Game 5 of the NBA Finals against the Miami Heat. I know the city is so excited to to really see the city thriving as far as being the Lakers town and how many years of tragedy has struck the city, being Lakers fans, and of course the death of Kobe Bryant that really outside, struck our hearts as a city, as a community. This is a great time for us to rebuild, and it starts now. It starts now with the championship. Game 5 is tonight at 6 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. And look, we are all excited to we're all excited. Miami has been a tough opponent, uh, so we're going to go ahead and speak on that. So we wanted to start off with game one and two of the NBA Finals, and it was a blowout. It was a blowout by Los Angeles. You can kind of tell that they were the better team in games one and two. They found a way to get through the zone. LeBron James and Anthony Davis played well as far as being the top two stars of the team, and so this is and so games one and two was a blowout by far, and it wasn't even like a game. So and now we come to game three. Game three, Miami uh, basically put the foot on the neck of of of, of Los Angeles and Jimmy Butler, who had a crazy triple double as far as far as NBA Finals is concerned. He played like a superstar. And so Jimmy Butler, who is capable of doing that, I think he's a star coming up, and so you really have to look out for Jimmy Butler, and Jimmy Butler played like an absolute star. Game two, game three, excuse me. Game four was a slug it out battle as far as finals games go. It was a tough slug it out game. LeBron and Anthony Davis did not play well in the first half of game four. And it really hurt them. Turnovers was a big issue in game three. They started off really bad in that category. And also in game four, it was the same thing. But they managed to control the turnovers in game four and ended up getting a lead, and making sure that Miami didn't have a hope of getting back into the series. And so that was a big game. That was a pivotal game as far as the finals goes. Because if you're going down 2-2, then Miami gains the confidence, and now it's harder for the Lakers because doubt creeps in their mind like, oh, we're the best team. We're supposed to blow this team out. We're in trouble now. So doing that and then going up 3 games to 1, that brings a lot of relief for Lakers fans and the Lakers team, because now they know that they're only one win away from winning winning the championship, and they know Miami is under pressure. They have to win these next 3 games or they're out. So it's a big difference from being tied in the series 2-2 to 3 games in a row for this out. Now, tonight's game is going to be a tough game. We all know the Lakers are going to wear their Mamba jerseys, which they are undefeated as far as wearing those jerseys in this postseason. And you can tell that was a chess move, right? Because they ever since the tragedy death of Kobe this season, ever since the new year started, they're saying, "Hey, look, this is this is now our time for us to win for Kobe." So now it's game 5. They have to win this one, and the Mama jerseys. And look, it's going to be another tough game. Do not get me wrong. This is going to be an extremely tough game for the Los Angeles Lakers. I think Miami is one of those grinding out teams that just do not want to lose, and so it's it's going to be a tough battle for sure for the Los Angeles Lakers, and so I expect this to be a really another grounded out hardcore battle for the Los Angeles Lakers, and that it's going to be a tough battle. I don't think Jimmy Butler is going to let Miami lose. I think some role players need to step up for Miami, such as Kelly Olynyk, who played well in games 2 and 3, and also Kendrick Nunn, who has to step up, and also Bam Adebayo. We have to see how his condition is after he had a neck injury, but he came back, played well in Game 4. Unfortunately, they couldn't get the win. But it's a big deal for Bam Adebayo to play very well. And to be honest with you, and to be really honest with you, if I was Miami, I would start Kelly Olynyk because if you can tell, when Jimmy Butler was getting to the lane, the Lakers could not help because of the shooting of Kelly Olynyk, and it spread the floor really well for Jimmy Butler to do whatever he wanted, like in Game 3. And so now this is that time. I think they are going to start Bam Adebayo, but if I was Eric Spoelstra, I would really think about starting Kelly Olynyk because it seems like the offense flows a little bit better. And then we're gonna have to see what Duncan Robinson do and Tyler Hero. They're both really young guys, and playing these many minutes in the NBA Finals, that's hard for any rookie to do. I promise you it is. So you have to really give it to them for really playing well, and that they are really playing great basketball as young players too. This is a very big stage. And it would have been a lot bigger if we was here at the Staples Center. As you can see, we are here at the Staples Center. And if you guys do want to comment, please, by all means, go ahead. I'm probably not going to be here live for a long time today because I did get started late, and so I'm just here to speak on just the expectations for Game 3, and also what we're gonna look forward to. And as far as me being out here in the city, this is a very uplifting time for the city because due to the virus, Kobe Bryant's death, it's just been a lot going on for the city, and this is a big time for Lakers fans to really rejoice if they do win tonight. So as we going to go ahead and continue on to our next topic, I decided to, since we are on the theme of NBA, I wanted to talk about top five NBA lists that are my top 5 NBA lists because it's been a big time talking about if LeBron James win this game today, are they are does this move him past Michael Jordan? And that's been a big topic as far as recent topics. Because look, LeBron James is pretty much in the driver's seat to get his 4th ring tonight if possible. And LeBron James is going to play at his best, at his highest today because he does want to win the finals, and he has the opportunity to win Finals MVP. So this is a very big deal for LeBron James. So I decided to come up with my top 5 NBA best players of all time. For and look, I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little bit in the new era. So because I really can't talk about a lot of players that I really didn't see too often. But I mean, I am going to talk about some players that I was younger and I didn't see much of, but to me these are definitely my top 5 as far as players. Okay, so we are going to start with number 1, and I know a lot of people is going to call me crazy, but look, Michael Jordan is definitely number 1 in my top 5 of basketball players, guys. Look, Michael Jordan, what he did in the finals, going 6-0 in the finals, basically performing at a high level throughout his whole career. I mean, even when he got older, still was performing at a high level when he was at Washington, even though he was, past his prime for sure. It was Michael Jordan who basically changed the game, and he, not only on the court but off the court, as far as like branding his shoes, right? Who people still love to this day, and his off the court branding. When we was on the court, he was just a different human being. Like he was a monster to deal with, and look, Michael Jordan, I believe in all my heart of hearts that he is number one in my top five list. So I'm going to say that as far as number one. Number two is Kobe Bryant. And you see here, I'm outside the Staples Center. Kobe Bryant is number two in my top five list as far as basketball players, guys. Look, Kobe Bryant literally gave all everything he had to this franchise in this stadium for 20 years, and he gave it his all until his dying day. Even after he retired, Kobe Bryant was able to thrive, winning I believe it was an Emmy award, and no athlete had done that before. And when Kobe Bryant stepped on the court for the Lakers, you could just see him turn into Mamba mentality, right? And so Kobe Bryant, what he did for the Lakers franchise, it will never be forgiven. We will forever love Kobe Bryant for what he has done for the Los Angeles Lakers franchise, guys. And it was a big deal for him to step on that court and put on the Lakers uniform and give it all he got. And he demanded a lot out of his teammates, but he got it out of them, okay? And so did Kobe Bryant with his five with his 5 rings is definitely number two on my list. And if you want to comment your top five basketball players, please by all means go ahead and comment. I will appreciate it. I will put the day. I'm on my phone today, guys, so this is a lot different for me, but I am enjoying it. I'm enjoying it. I'm out here at the Staples Center, as you can tell, and it's a good time for the city, right? So number one was Michael Jordan. Number two is Kobe Bryant. Number three on my top five list would have to be. This is a toss up. See, because it's a lot going on, but I would say number three on my top 10 list would be LeBron James. Now the reason why I say number three would be LeBron James is because the things he have done for not even one, not two, but three franchises is unparalleled, right? And he's done that since his early season Cleveland days. Even though that team was not talented to be anybody really dominant like the San Antonio Spurs, he still led them to the championship. Even though it was bad, it was a quick series, but that was fast. And then he went to Miami, was able to win with Dwayne Wade, and going back to the winning ring, and now in 17th year, trying to get one here in Los Angeles is a big feat, and definitely deserving to be top three. I think he's the third in in on my list because I don't think you can surpass Kobe Bryant if you don't get to that 5 rings. Now, if he does get to 5 rings, I can put him at two because I don't think he is above Michael Jordan. I just don't think that. The way Michael Jordan, he just transformed the NBA game. So I think if LeBron James do get his 5 rings, maybe he passed Kobe Bryant. I don't know. He has to show it to me. And tonight is going to be one of those make or break games for LeBron James, guys. And so he has to perform. He has to do well. He has to get those couple of rings. And I'll put him at the top two list, maybe. But you have to get those 5 rings, guys. So My top, we're talking, if you do not know, if you just joined in late, we are talking, I am giving my top five basketball players list. And so the first one was Michael Jordan. The second one was Kobe Bryant. Third one's LeBron James. Number four on my list would have to be Shaquille O'Neal. And the reason why I said Shaquille O'Neal is because he was in his prime, the most dominant big man ever. I don't care what you guys have to say. Ever. He was so dominant. And him and Kobe was such a great duo that it's hard to not see Shaq as the top five player. Shaq was so like you have to triple team Shaq to even like come close to him. Shaq was just too dominant, too big, too strong. He was making bigger dudes like him look like babies. Shaq was too strong. Now I have to give him the top spot, and I think he could have won a lot more championships if he would have just stayed here. But unfortunately, he was getting a little bit older. We couldn't pay both of them, so one had to go. And unfortunately, Shaquille O'Neal was the oldest. And look, I think Jerry Buss made the right decision because Kobe was able to win two more rings without him. So Shaq was able to manage to get his another ring in Miami, and so that's a big deal. That's a big deal for for his career. And I think up until he left Miami, that's when his prime days is basically over. But during his prime days, even with Orlando and and Los Angeles, he was so dominant he couldn't stop the man. So I put him at number four. Number five, and this is my last play on my top five list, will have to be Magic Johnson. Now, Magic Johnson was basically a guard like today, right? He was a 6'9", 6'10" point guard. And we're talking about he's what? On the top of the assist leaders. I don't think anybody chested John Stockton. John Stockton's like, I think his record solidified like for the rest of his life. Okay. But look, Magic Johnson had five rings, all with Los Angeles, did not leave the Lakers at all. Was just was just so dominant, such a fierce leader in Los Angeles that it was unmatched like during the 80s. And of course he was another brandable guy that people love. And he had a big smile. He had a big heart. He loved everybody. He was a giver. And it doesn't change even till now. He's still, making businesses, giving to the community of Los Angeles. And even in the front office was able to get LeBron James to Los Angeles and really, and really, help this franchise even after he was retired to become great. So look, and during his playing times against him in Boston, it was just a battle, but he was able to overcome a lot of things there. It things here in Los Angeles to put him in the top five for me. So that's my top five list. We're gonna recap that. One was Michael Jordan, two was Kobe Bryant, three LeBron James, four is Shaquille O'Neal, five is Magic Johnson. And if you guys want to go ahead and put your top five list up there, by all means, please, 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 please put it on there. As you can see, I am outside the Staples Center, and I am having a good time here. The city is thriving. It is, excuse me. It is a big deal out here. The city is going wild. People are selling merchandise everywhere. It is just it's a big deal here in Los Angeles, and I think the city is loving it, and it's fun. Like we haven't had this feeling in Los Angeles for 10 years since since Kobe Bryant was here the last time we was able to win the championship here in Los Angeles, 2010 against the Boston Celtics team, who was supposed to beat us, right? Who was supposed to beat us. That game 7 was so tough in this building right here. It was just a lot. It was a lot, and look, it. I think we're getting that feeling back again. Like, okay, we're the top dogs of the sports world again, and I think it was another big deal that the Clippers lost. That and I don't look to be honest with you, I don't think the Clippers would have even gave the Lakers a competition. I just don't. But but look, you have to play who you have to play, and this is what it is. They have to play Denver. They beat them. They have to play Miami. Miami's a good team. They made it to the finals for a reason, and here we are. So I think this. I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up here. Um, and I will be back on my regular spot, and that I will be back same time from noon to 1 Pacific Standard Time. And it was a big deal. I just wanted to come out here to the Staples Center. It's Game 5 tonight at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, which is 9 p.m. And I believe it's 7 in the Central. So you guys stay tuned. Hopefully, we'll see if Miami can able to extend the series, and we're look. I'm excited. I know sports fans around the world is excited. The city of LA is excited. The city of Miami is excited. This is a big deal. So I want to thank you guys for tuning in. I will get you with you next time.